Woo-wee, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie P all day. Got some sunshine. It's feeling good out here today. Today we're gonna go over the mission series, the Rambo knives, the Rambo redos. What if Rambo was really making these knives, or what if he really needed a pretty nasty, sweet knife to rely on to win a war, to fight with, to battle with. So today I'm going to bring you my series. So we have the First Blood knife, we have the Rambo 2, the Rambo 3, the Rambo 4 machete, and then we have what I call the 5 and the 6, and basically it's the MK8, MK9 redos in my vision. So I'm going to show you all of these, plus the bonus knife, which you guys all know what it is. It is the John J. Tribute knife. Tribute Bowie, I should say. The John J. Tribute Bowie. I speak English. So here we have them all in their glory, from that side to that side. All of them. We're going to get a closer look, but this is a Rambo series, an entire series of Rambo-inspired knives, movie knives, that you can actually take out and use. 100% straight up bangers. And I'm going to tell you which one I think is probably my favorite as far as a user. But we will go over all of these. So, the Rambo 1. Now, I think I'm going to have to flip this camera around because I can't see on this side. And all right, so here we go, all the mission knives lined up. The mission guy. All right, so this is the First Blood knife. If you remember the movie knives, and I'm sure you do, anybody knowing Rambo, everybody knows Rambo, will remember it was more of a stone washed finish on Jimmy Lyle's with a green threading like this. This one has paracord, but I believe some of the new ones, KHHI got a hold on some of the olive green string and are doing them like that. I believe that's what the owner over there told me. So you can see it's got a green handle, comes with a brown sheath, black sheath, sorry, with some really nice stitching. This thing is pretty sweet. It's just an awesome knife. This is just a really good hunting survival knife. It is round handle. These two, I wanted to stay traditional and keep a round handle. Obviously, they're not hollow. They are full tang. This is all a piece of the tang. So the steel goes in and the steel comes out at the end. This isn't just an extra piece. This is part of this. It's all one solid piece. The guard is welded on. It's not just from being pressed on. You'll notice that there's no goofy things on the guard. It's just a straight up guard the way it should be. This knife is super, super badass. I didn't go with hardcore teeth because it's just unnecessary. And you'll notice the clip is very, very different from the original. I went with more of a polished blade. It's a little stained now and dirty because I use it. But this thing right here, this is sexy. So that, my friends, is my First Blood take. Now, First Blood Part 2, we saw the knife get bigger, and this is bigger than the original too, as is this. It's just a little bit bigger, but you'll notice I went with a natural black instead of a black like coating, because if Rambo's out there making knives, he's not coating a knife, right? He's not. It's just going to be natural. So you have the black thread on there. Now, what I did, it didn't really need it, but I put some, you'll notice some black tape on the top and bottom just for extra security. I don't know, it didn't really need it, but I just did it anyway. I think it's just in my head. But again, natural black. This is going to be better for debarking. It's not something for cutting. But this thing is just so nasty. The size of this, it really works. Now, it's a round grip, but it still almost feels like oval. It's not perfectly round, so it's not going to be completely a circle, which gives you a definite little bit better grip. From here to here is less than here to here. So you definitely get a better grip on that. But this thing right here is just a sexy, raw beast, baby. So that is the First Blood Part 2. One of the most impressive knives to hold out of the bunch is going to be this one, the Part 3. This is just sick. Everything that was wrong with this knife was corrected. It has fullers instead of that stupid window that Gil Hibben put in, and the reason was Gil Hibben's original knife had these really stupid wings. Very fantasy. You're talking about some shell-shot Vietnam vet, and they give him a fantasy knife. No, Stallone right away said, look, the knife is fine, but that crap has to go. So he went with it without that. Now, the problem is his wasn't full tang where this one is. And again, you'll notice that this is all one solid piece. This is not a welded on end, but this is a welded on guard. It is one nasty, nasty chunk of steel. This swedge is semi-sharpened. It doesn't have an edge on it, but for penetrating all day, every day. The balance on this, I mean, just as good as it gets. It's so comfortable. So comfortable. So that is the dbad Mission 3. Now the Mission 4, the machete, it needed to be more than just a slab handle. Out of all the Rambo knives, the last 3 are the only ones that were done full tang. But again, we have a natural black. You'll see that I took this grind right here and made it hollow in the center and convex on the edge. This is going to help with when you're hitting. It's going to help with vibration. And then this is just going to be a chopper. Now you will notice that it looks like there's a little bit of recurve, and that was because I hit this blade against another blade and made a little tiny dent in it, and so I just ground it out. There won't be a recurve in yours if you want one, but this has got micarta grips. Again, true full tang, exposed pommel, and it had to have a guard. It just had to have a guard. The only thing I really kept was the slanted tip, and I wanted a triangle notch just like Rambo's. Everything else is completely done my way. This blade right here is an absolute user and a half. This thing has gone through a lot of tree pieces out here. I freaking love it. It's a great machete. As a matter of fact, John from the Shredder Knife Channel, Papa John, had me design one for him that was shorter to be an EDC, and it's his favorite EDC. It's just an awesome knife. The homemade micarta that they do over there at KHHI is just awesome. So here is the MK5. This may be the most comfortable out of all of them in the hand. It feels so good. This one and the John Jay, well, actually these last 3 are, I mean, super comfortable in the hand. But again, you have the house-made micarta. No goofy big guard on there. This is all just one solid piece. It is polished. If this is going to be used as some kind of hunting knife, you want the blood or guts or whatever you're cutting and skinning to be able to wipe right off so you can keep your blade dry and problem-free. This thing is all of that. The grip, man, I'll tell you what, I designed the snot out of that grip. It is super comfortable. It's the first one to have the KHHI and dbad logo on it. But this thing, it is incredibly, and I mean incredibly light in the hand. So is the my version of the MK9, my Mission 6. The Mission 5 and Mission 6, they're super light. Super light for being such big knives. And you can see, like always, because I actually measure out balance points, the balance is just perfect. Perfect. Boop. And now we get to the MK9 version. This is the dbad Mission 6. Full big finger choil so you can choke up. If you're going to have a sweeping spine, you better have a full finger choil. What's the point of this if you don't have that? I don't know. But again, you have a skull crusher at the end. This grip is so nice. But And again, it's oddly light for its size. You can see it has a distilled taper. And again, with the natural black to contrast the polish. See all the dust that's on it, that stuff. This knife, every now and then I take out to knock down some of the 1-inch forest stuff that grows over the driveway. I really, really like it. So it's just a beast. I hated the original, the Heartstopper knife. I thought it was so ugly. I still do. But that awful guard that he puts on those knives was just terrible. So when I designed this, the first thing I did was say, okay, can't have a guard, that's for sure. And then I made it bigger, better, nastier. Oh, and the sub hilt. That had to go. Sub hilts are just, I don't know. Some people love them. I can't stand a sub hilt. So what I did is I just gave it a better grip, and it doesn't have that goofy hard step. The original had a really goofy step in it that was just not good. This thing is super, super badass. And then the last one, a non-movie knife, but a movie knife, all in the same. This is my John Jay Tribute Bowie. And it is a combination of these two and these two, the first two and last two. Well, how is that, dbad? Well, you see this guard here. This guard is a smaller, torn down version of the giant one that used to be, or that is on the original Heartstopper. He just did this huge, terrible guard. I trimmed it down and I made it more usable and better looking. The grip style is from the original MK8, the same kind of grooves in the grip, in a very similar skull crusher. You notice the one on this one is very different than this one. This is more like pulls. That's more like mine. Well, it is mine. So then we did the teeth, but I didn't do saw teeth because I wanted this to be able to be used. And so if you are skinning an animal, you don't want it tearing on the hide as you're trying to go through it. So I had to make them look good, look Rambo, but still be usable in any situation. So there you have the rounded edge teeths. I sound like Joe, Jazz Baker have 8 teeths. So I did that. You'll see the ricasso is the same as the Rambo 1 and 2. The grinds are very close. I didn't do that downward grind because I still had to make it my own. But what you'll see is a non-black blade like this one, but the length of this one, so the part 2. So I wanted to make sure I got all 4 knives into this one, and I have to say this one and this one probably the most comfortable grips. Also, I did the jade handles on this because I wanted to represent the Buddha necklace. So for that, now I know that they'll do them depending on if they have the jade in stock. They'll do them in different grips like micarta, different things like that. But for this one, I wanted the jade just for that reason. So I have jade G10. They'll do black G10 or different things. But that's that. So there you have one absolutely serious badass Rambo knife collection. Every single one of these can be used. Every single one of these has been used. Every single one of them are just absolute beasts in the field. These are 100% user-friendly Rambo knives. I love this collection. I won't be doing any other Rambo knives. I'm not going to do the Rambo dagger. I'm not going to do the Nux, and I'm not going to do the Gil Hibben rescue knife because literally all he did is bite that pretty much and gave it a really ugly guard. So I'm not going to do that one. That was in one scene kind of accidentally. So it's not really a Rambo knife. I just want the main Rambo blades, and there you have it, plus a little extra bonus blade. But man, that is one fine looking collection. So if you guys are interested, you can go to KHHI. I'll actually put the link to my page, the dbad creations of KHHI, down below, and you'll be able to go and you'll see all these plus all the other stuff I've been putting out from them. These are just awesome, man. These are just awesome real world Rambo knives. Don't get no better than that. All right, that's it for this one. I am Donnie B all day. Until next knife.